Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mick, Merry Bookmiss. Ever since we've started inching towards the holiday season, I have seen so many like bookish gift guides. Are these bookish gifts worth it? Etc, etc. So I know that like that groundwork has been laid. That legwork has been done, that research has been done. There's no lack of like broad sweeping bookish gift idea videos, and I love that. I definitely have watched quite a few of them. So I wanted to kind of do something a little bit different, and I actually just compiled a list of things that I actually have on my personal wish list, whether it was like last year or for my birthday, like a wish list that I sent to my parents, to my friends, to my family, or just items that I have accumulated on my favorites list on Etsy or on Amazon or whatever it may be. Mostly Etsy because I do really like encourage shopping small around the holiday season, but I just thought it'd be fun to basically walk you guys through all the things that have caught my eye on the bookish side of the gifting spectrum. You know, kind of more tailored to my taste personally. I know not every single one of these things is going to be something that every single person would want, but I just thought it'd be kind of fun to show you guys what I'm asking for Christmas slash what I have asked for Christmas in the past, or just basically show you, expose my favorites list on Etsy to maybe give you guys ideas for your own personal wish lists as well. So with that being said, I hope you enjoy regardless of what you are using this for. I will have everything that I talk about linked below. Again, like I said, mostly Etsy, but yeah, okay, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so first things first is actually not something that you can really link to necessarily on your wish list, but it's something that I have actually received in the past, and it meant so much to me. And it also just, even from a gifter standpoint, is like such a solid thing to do if you're really unsure of what to get somebody that you know is a reader. As a reader, the one gift that you can just guaranteed baseline expect is gonna be books. Obviously, people love to buy bookish people books. Like, yeah. But there is something about getting a book that is meaningful in one way or another to the gifter with an inscription inside that sends me, like, I have received this gift I think 2 or 3 times, and something about it, like, even if it's not a book that they have necessarily read, even if it's just something that they saw and they thought of you, it's like the extra step of like writing in it, being like, saw this, thought of you, whatever it is. Or like, I went through a phase of I wanted every book I buy to be part of like my forever library, so I gifted one of my friends several books when she was super into reading and inscribed it with for your forever library. I just think that there is so much that you can do with that, and I think it means so much because it can really make the recipient feel like seen or loved or known, and it's just really cute. Also, now this might be more just a me thing, but I also really like receiving thrifted books that have previous inscriptions in them. If you have ever seen the movie Definitely Maybe, you know. That's really all I have to say about that. Just something about an inscription. Something about a book that was given with intent, and the intent is inscribed forever. It's gonna do it for me every time. Okay, and then item number 2 is another thing that's kind of a giveaway because most people would be very excited to receive something like this, but I specifically put on my wish list that I love receiving handmade things. And there are so many bookish things that you can do that are handmade, like DIY, that I would really appreciate receiving so much. Like, you could do bookmarks, you could do keychains, you could do homemade blind dates with a book, which I did for my friend Maddie for her birthday. There's also a lot of like book boxes that you can buy on Etsy that are basically like a compilation of like blind date with a book, bags of tea, candy, a mug, some like cozy slippers, some like self-care items. But that's also something that's super easy to DIY and like build yourself and tailor to the taste of the recipient. Genuinely anything personalized, I'm probably gonna eat up as the gift receiver. So, okay, thirdly, I love merch from local bookstores. Even if it's not a bookstore that I have personally been to, obviously it's better if it's like a little bit more generic if it's something like that, but if it's something that looks really cute, I eat up having cute little memorabilia for different places. Like, I think there's something so cute about a gift also supporting a small business like a local bookstore, an indie bookstore. There's something so wholesome about that. If it's a mug, if it's a tote bag, if it's a bookmark, I would love receiving it even if I haven't been to that specific bookstore before, and that might just be a me thing, but I do stand by that. I also love the idea of like receiving a book from an indie bookstore and either like the person like inscribing where it's from or including like a bookmark of where it's from or something like that. Like, I think that's really cute too, so that you can feel like you're again like supporting a small business when you receive the gift. So I think that's really cute. I just love supporting local bookstores, and I love receiving things from local bookstores. So that's number 3. And number 4 is special edition books. I have come across a handful of shops on Etsy that do custom sprayed edges. As of right now, I don't think any of the ones that I have sourced for my own wish list have the option of like submitting custom requests. I think they used to, but I feel like as special editions have gotten more popular, they might have like removed that option, or maybe they just removed it now that we're closer to the holidays. But it used to be that you could like send in a book that you love to get it personalized, and they would do custom stenciled edges and then send it back. But I wasn't seeing that option option when I was looking the other day, compiling this specific wish list. I've never ordered from these before, but we have Pinky Fox Books shop on Etsy and Bray's Bookshop on Etsy, both of which do custom stenciled edges for a lot of really popular books in the booktube, book talk space. I think it would be so fun to receive custom sprayed edge versions of books that you love, especially because you know somebody took the time to like hand make it. I don't know, there's something about it that just seems so special. I would love to be on the receiving end of something like that. And then also, there's also just like overall special editions that you can just order. Like I have a couple listed out on my wish list of like special collector's editions of books that I know that I love, and I would love to have them displayed on my shelf. I don't know, there's just something real special about it, you know? On my specific list, I have the Secret History, I think it's like the 30th anniversary collector's edition. Love, it has like a green spine, love her, really would like to have a copy of her. And then there's also special anniversary editions of, I think the first 3 books in the Mortal Instruments series, City of Bones, City of Glass, and City of Ashes, I think each have special edition covers. And then also I recently purchased myself a copy of The Secret Garden from the Painted Pages Harper Muse Classics collection. I think every single one of those books is gorgeous. I have my Secret Garden one on display. They are stunning. Doing special editions of books is such a good gift idea, and I would be thrilled to receive them. So we have that on there. I know that this has been beaten into the ground, especially on the booktube space, because everyone and their mom has at least one bookish clothing item, but bookish clothing, I feel like I'm a little bit pickier when it comes to bookish merch, just because I typically lean towards vintage style things, like classic vintage crew necks over like more, I don't know what the word is. I want to say more modern, but that's not exactly right. Trendy, I guess, designs. And that's just a personal preference. Like I feel like most of the shirts that I wear, like that are in my like consistent everyday rotation, are vintage. This was my grandma's crew neck. That's kind of like the style that I look for when I am looking for bookish merch, which I feel like is a little bit fewer and farther between. I do have a couple on my wish list specifically. First of all, I have this crew neck from Shop Literary Looks on Etsy. It's the support your local bookstore crew neck. I think it's so cute. It's very classic. I obviously don't own it, so I don't know necessarily about the quality of the crew neck itself, but I love that design. I think I would wear it into the ground, as I do most of my crew necks. As far as like embroidery designs go, I really do like a lot of them, but again, I'm just more picky. And I think most of the time I like more subtle designs, things that are like from the shop Border Rose Designs on Etsy. I have a Camp Half-Blood embroidered crew neck, which I actually really like because I've always wanted some kind of Percy Jackson merch. Those books raised me. Those books raised me. Those kids are my family. And I've always liked the idea of like having like an orange Camp Half-Blood shirt, but that color orange just, it's not cute. It's not cute, and so I feel like this would be the next best thing. I also was looking at the shop last night, and I do also like, I think there's like a Soto's coaching one for Carrie Soto is Back, which I love, and there's one I think it's also Good Books, which is from, I believe, Book Lovers, which I also think is really cute. But I like that those designs are super simple, super clean, and if I was gonna go for an embroidered crew neck, that's what I would go for. And then I've also been super into quilted and patchwork design. I love the Book Lover crew neck from Jordan J. Co. on Etsy. I think Sarah Caroli has one, if I'm not mistaken. I love it. I love it so much. I love that she has so many different variations of like the crew neck color and the quilted pattern. Like I'm literally wearing something very similar to it right now, but I just really like that design. I think it's so cute. I really like, I think it's the cherry one. Yeah, I really love like the heather gray and the cherry. I think that's so cute. And that's definitely something that I would wear on a day-to-day basis. So we love that. And then also, I think the idea of customizing a patchwork tee or crew neck to be bookish is so cute. Shout out to Taylor Tippett, okay? She has a little Oddly tee that she customized to say I heart books, I think, and I have been obsessed with that since I saw it for the first time. I love it so much. And I am so tempted to do one for myself. You can do it on the Oddly website. You can customize little baby tee. I think they might also let you do like a long sleeve version too, if I'm not mistaken, and they have like white, brown, and black, I want to say, as the basics to go underneath the patchwork. And I also came across a little shop on Etsy called LBI Beading Club, where they let you customize a little patchwork crew neck specifically, because I'm not sure if Oddly does crew necks. I could be so wrong, but I'm not sure. So I just think that's so cute. Also, we love a DIY. So if somebody wanted to DIY something like that, you definitely could. Like if you were a quilter or a sewer and you wanted to try your hand at doing a little patchwork tee. I don't know, because I don't want to speak out of turn because I'm not a sewer, so I don't know, but it feels like something that could be achievable. I feel like a lot of people were doing it for like concert outfits. I feel like Sally Dara Griffin really set the stage for that, but I just think it's so cute. I think it's so charming. You can't go wrong, in my opinion. I think patchwork stuff is so adorable, so that's that. I am currently very into boat totes. I love boat totes. I want one so bad. I haven't purchased one yet because like they're usually more on the expensive side of the tote bag spectrum, obviously, because they're like more structured, they're larger, they hold more, and sometimes they're from more expensive brands like LL Bean. But I love the idea of getting a custom embroidered boat tote that says something bookish on it. There's actually quite a few shops I feel like on Etsy that do things like that, but in terms of ones that I've found that are like pre-made with designs so you don't have to like pay extra fees to customize, Shop Literary Looks, the shop on Etsy, also has several totes that have little tropes on them. I love the Found Family one. It's just like a navy blue boat tote situation. I think having a little trope one is so cute. I think they also have Enemies to Lovers, Found Family, and there's something else. There's another one that I like, but I think that's really cute. And then there's also one that I've had on my list for quite some time from a shop called The Click Clothing, and it just says bookstore enthusiast, and that's like a black one, and I love that one. Very simple, very subtle, but very cute, and we love that. This is another thing that I feel like is very standard for the bookish community, and I don't have one, and I really should get one because I travel so much, but a book sleeve. Specifically ones that are deep enough to hold books and Kindles. Like that's really what I would like to have. But again, I feel like my taste leans a little bit more vintage, and so the two that I have favorited and just have sitting on my wish list on Etsy, I have a denim one from Stanka Shop on Etsy, just standard denim zipper, really like her. And then also I just love quilted pouches. Again, I've been very into quilted. I want to learn how to quilt myself and be able to DIY things like this on my own. Don't have that capability right now. Don't have that capability right now. So in the meantime, I have been hunting on Etsy for quilted things, and I found this quilted pouch that I think the extra large size is big enough to hold a book. I could be so wrong, but I really like the idea of using that as a book pouch. It's really cute and I love her. I also have had a book embosser on my wish list for so long. I think that was like one of the first things that I ever put on a wish list that was bookish before I really even had this big of a collection going. I've always thought they were really cute, which is why it's still on there. But I saw a kit. It was like a personal library stamp kit where it had little stickers that you could stick on the inside of your book, and then a stamp where you could put the date of if somebody borrowed it or whatever it is, like when you first got it, if you lent it out, whatever. I think that is so cute. I love that it's a whole kit too. I went through a phase where I was like writing the month and the year that I first started a book, and I kind of fell off of that. I actually just remembered that I was doing that. So I kind of feel like having the ability to track that, like maybe putting like when you first got it and then when you've read it for the first time, and maybe tracking rereads too, could be so fun. And then there's obviously always the simple and cute basic ones that I would be happy with getting literally anytime. I always love them so much when I get like little bookmarks or little keychains or whatever it is. And I specifically have a couple of bookmarks on Etsy that I really think are cute. And I recently saw a little keychain that had a mini book where you could pick any book and they would make you a custom little tiny book on a keychain. I would love that. And then finally, my last thing that I have on my wish list that I always put like towards the bottom, I always put cute trinkets, and specifically cute trinkets for my bookshelf. I don't know if you can tell behind me, but there are quite a few little trinkets on my bookshelf at present, and I feel like I cycle through them as the seasons change or as I get new things or as like my books have to like shift to make room. Trinkets move around a lot, and so I like having options to kind of like spruce things up every once in a while. I specifically love a thrifted trinket. I think a lot of the trinkets that I have actually I thrifted from my grandparents' lake house when they sold it. I took a lot of things that were my grandma's, and I think they have so much charm. I love thinking about the fact that they had a life before they came to me. So specifically, number one, I love thrifted trinkets. I have a little list on my wish list. It says ceramic items / votives for candles, picture frames, trinket dishes. And I also just have like a little list of some fun things. I love the idea of getting bookends, again, specifically thrifted, but I found a little shop on Etsy called Fun Eclectic Home that does little vinyl bookends. I don't really need bookends on this bookshelf, but I do have books spread out throughout my room, so I would find use for them. Also, book vases. My roommate actually got me one, so I do have one. I recently saw on Etsy this vase made out of pages from, say this, Create on Crafts. I don't know. But I just thought that was so unique and so beautiful. And then I just am so into ceramics lately, which I didn't put this on my list, but I also think like a cute little bookish adjacent gift could be like a little mug or a little ceramic like matcha cup, what have you. But I also love little ceramic items. Like I love little ceramic trinket dishes, little figures. I actually found these little houses on Etsy from a shop called Glenshee Pottery. So cute. Love the idea of that. Anything adjacent to that I would be obsessed with, and I would love putting on my shelf. And again, vases, I found this like one cute little pomegranate vase that looks like a pomegranate, but you could put little flowers in there. Obsessed with her, from New Moon Ceramics on Etsy as well. So I want to tell you, there is no shortage of small shops on Etsy that you can find adorable, really unique items from. I'm not lying to you. I think that there is a surplus of cute bookish adjacent things that you can find on there, and I love scrolling for hours and hours and hours. It's really fun. So that is the end of my bookish wish list. Again, everything's gonna be linked down below if there was anything that you saw that you liked, or if you just want to go check out the shops and see if you like any of their other products. Everything will be down below. I hope you enjoyed getting a little insider look into what my favorite tab on Etsy looks like, because that was basically all Etsy. And if nothing else, I hope you got a cute little idea for something that you might like for Christmas or whatever holiday you celebrate this time of year, or hey, for your birthday, who knows. But regardless, I hope you guys enjoyed. I think that's it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Happy Bookmas, and I will see you in the next one.